how are you guys doing? Welcome to Home for Every Season. My name is Maureen. I am the owner and the designer here at this page. And tonight I'm jumping on for a late night combination of both of my challenges for lives that I was not able to do today. So I will be combining both of those. I won't turn the camera off at the 30-minute time. I'll just go past the 30 minutes and then I'll fulfill the other one for going live. So how are you doing tonight? Whoever's here, please say hello so I can see if my comments are working. And we'll get together and we're going to craft and relax on Friday night and hang out together a little bit. So whoever is here, please say hello so I know if my comments are there. We go. Hi, Ramona. How are you? Thank you for coming in with me. Are you having a good night? It's only 9 o'clock here, so it's early for me, kind of. It's early for, a night off. I can sleep in the morning if I need to, but that doesn't matter. When I get up at 6:30 in the morning, I still don't go to bed sometimes till 1 or 2. Not very often, but once in a while. So how are you, Ramona? Do you have a good day? It's 8 there. Hi, Pam. How are you? Thank you for joining me tonight. Hello, my Dukes. How are you? How you been? Thank you for coming in tonight late and hanging out. Hi, Alyssa. How are you? Thank you for joining me. It's so nice to see people on here so late at night, you guys. I really appreciate it. And what we're going to work on together is I'm going to be making a cake. And it'll be a bee theme. So I'm just going to kind of challenge myself and just kind of create and craft and relax with it. I'm going to do a cake. So some of the things that we'll be using tonight are fuchsia firm from Glitz and Glue, pink from Mariposa's Creations, and I'll also be using black and yellow. I didn't grab those yet because I'm going to start with this part. Hi, Vicky. How are you? Come on in. Hi, Tracy. How are you? So we're going to just kind of start with this little thing here, and you'll just have to see it progress, okay? We're going to be using some styrofoam eggs, some old clay that I've turned into balls, a heart-shaped styrofoam, and this cake dummy. I believe this is, let me see. Yeah, this is a 6-inch round, and it is 4 inches tall. So it's a 6x4 cake dummy. Thank you, Tracy. That's so nice of you. Hi, Tony. Come on in. How are you? Thank you, everybody, for being here. So the first thing I want to do is roll out some pink clay and get that cake dummy all covered up, and we'll start there. That'll be the basis of our cake. How are y'all doing tonight? I have so much on this table. Tomorrow, I really need to clean my work area. I've been doing so many different crafts here with you guys at this table that it's starting to look like my craft room, for crying out loud. That's not good. But it is what it is, right? You guys all have a good day. Have you hung out with anybody? Have you done any live sales? Did you all work today? Are you off for the weekend? Hi, Angel. How are you? Come on in. All right, guys, let's get started with some fuchsia. Look how pretty this color is. Isn't that pretty? This is a Valentine decoration that I'm going to be doing. Hi, Shannon. How are you? Thank you for joining me tonight. So I was inspired by Marissa I love bees. I've done bees before, and I just think they're a lot of fun. So tonight I'll be making a little Valentine bee theme. Just get out some firm pink clay. How are you tonight, Shannon? And Angel. Thank you, Angel, for doing that. It's so nice of you guys to sprinkle it out. Thank you. That helps us so much as creators. It really does. get our little tough ones out. So what have y'all been up to? I just asked earlier on my page if you're a cat person or a dog person. Some of you went on there. I saw some of you answering my question. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Thank you for being here. Oh, good. You have the weekend off, Pam? That's nice. Well, good. I hope you have a nice weekend then. It's nice to have a weekend off when you have to work outside the home. My husband is off this weekend also. He's looking forward to it. We're not getting any younger, are we, Vern? No. Hi, Laura. Thank you for being here. Good evening. How are you? We're working on a bee theme tonight, a Valentine theme, but it will include bees and hearts and all the things that, you know, spell love for certain things. All right, let's get this. I'm going to roll this out into a long strip, and I'm going to roll it and cover the sides of this cake. I'm going to use my big rolling pin. Sometimes that little rolling pin with the firm clay is harder than this big one. You can just get a better roll with the big rolling pin. Hopefully I'll have room on this crazy messy table, you guys. I think I could have a table all the way around in here and I'd probably still run out of room. I'm just that kind of crafter, I guess. Anybody catch any good deals today? I got my, I won from Mrs. P. She was giving away, can you get that, Vern? Yeah, it's up here. She was giving away a really nice toolkit, and I won it, and it's beautiful. Before I get off tonight, I'll show you guys what all was in that toolkit. Gotta love the landline. There's always something, you guys. Isn't that firm clay hard? Sometimes it gives you a good workout, doesn't it? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. My little grandbaby just went home, and my son is in the front room.
894-9868.
That's Hannah. Oh. I can't believe you just did that.
Well, she hung up.
Okay, can you, I love you. Can you take care of the phone for me? Thank you. It might have been Crimson calling Vernon. I'm sure he's in the back seat on the way home and has the phone. Crimson likes to call me on the phone, you guys. He'll be playing music or watching little baby things, and while Hannah's driving home, and he'll call me. Sometimes he'll call a whole bunch. It's kind of funny. Oh my goodness. Oh, good. And what did you think? You got a lot of stuff, Madukes, didn't you? I told you that was a big, big prize. Oh my gosh. What were some of the things that you got in there that you just were absolutely amazed? I couldn't believe how much stuff she put in that box. That was a good gift box. It really was. All right, now I'm going to use my little rolling pin. Sometimes I don't know which one's better, you guys. Which one do you guys like, the big rolling pins or the little ones? Guess it depends on what you're rolling out, huh? And then this crazy thing. How did I have that in there? There we go. I can get more strength on the little one, it seems. Tell us something you got in there, Madukes, that you really liked. You're welcome. She would have called you or contacted you, I'm sure. Oh, thank you. Okay, well, how come you're bringing me this phone?
You said you needed time.
Okay, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Smaller ones, Angel? You prefer the bigger ones, Ramona? I guess it depends on what I'm rolling out. When it's this firm clay, I should be standing up to do it is what I should be doing. Then I'd have more strength. But that's all right. I'm getting it rolled out. Okay, let's see. Well, we still need to go longer. Remember I told you guys last time, you think you have enough and you don't. I'm going to stand up and roll it out, you guys. I just need more strength here. How many of you stand to roll your clay out? Especially the firm. If it's a soft clay, not so much. But if it's the firm clay, you kind of need to get all that strength behind you, don't you? Much easier when I'm standing. Crazy lady. All right, I think that'll be good now, guys. And then I'm going to cut an edge here. Okay, I got to see what she got. Styrofoam, egg, cabochons. Airfoam clay molds, eyes. Wow, that's awesome. I knew you got a lot in there because I saw when she, said what she was putting in there. It was a lot of stuff. A lot of beautiful, beautiful supplies, for sure. Okay, guys, so I rolled out that clay. And now I'm just going to give myself a nice straight edge over here on each side. Don't want to cut more than what I need, though. I'm way doing good on that. I don't need to worry about that, do I? So, Madukes, do you work with clay a lot? What is your preferred? I thought you did wreath making. But, like me, I do wreath making and clay. So, there's a lot of us here that do both. And other things. I think if you're a crafter, you like to, I do, I like to try all kinds of different things. And you got, so what colors of clay did you get? That would be the best thing for me. I just love getting clay. Or did you get clay? Did you say you got clay? Yeah, there was, oh yeah, clay. So what colors of clay did you get? Do you have any ideas of what you're going to make with it? Okay, guys, I'm going to take this styrofoam and put a little bit of tacky glue on it, just to make sure that it stays on for me. Okay. Start on this end over here. I'm not going to cover the bottom of this. It's just not necessary for what I'm doing. You know what, Ramona? You sound exactly like me. You could tell me something on here to make or something, like these groups that I'm in now. I love when they say, it's kind of a challenge for myself when they say, make this or make that, and then I can go and see what all I have to make that certain thing, and it's fun. It's really fun to see how much stuff I have and what I'm able to create. I am going to bring that down just a little bit on the bottom. I don't want when it shrinks up, I don't want that styrofoam to show down there, but we're not covering the bottom. Green, orange, yellow, and another. Something in okay, your decorating bags is probably your jelly. Is it like a clear? Does it almost look like a jelly? Because I know she makes her own jellies and sells those. All right, guys. Then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to cut all the way around, flat with the top of it. Yeah, Tanya, I want to try her jellies, especially the one that she uses for, like, to look like honey. And the other ones. She has quite a few of them. Her strawberry one looks really good, too. She's so talented. Man, I love watching her craft. She is one very, very talented lady. For sure, for sure. Okay, and I'm just going to gently move this up a little bit because we're going to be putting a drip across the top. So this will all be covered up here, but not with the pink. I'm learning when you are going to put other clay on top of it to do something like this, you don't want to waste your clay and keep putting layers and layers if you don't have to. So, all right, there is the cake so far with just the pink on it, the fuchsia. Isn't that pretty? That really is a very, very pretty color. Thanks, Janet. How are you? Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm working on a bee-themed Valentine cake. Well, thank you, Madukes. I'm new at this. I really am. I'm just learning how to do the clay. I've been doing it now for maybe a year and a half, I think. I honestly can't remember. We could all find out. We could find out when Shelby and Andrea went to Risa Joy. Whenever they were on there, that was when I started tinkering around with clay. And I fell in love with it. And never stopped playing with it ever since then. I just absolutely fell in love with it. Thank you. That is a pretty color, isn't it? This is fuchsia from Glitz and Glue, and it is firm. It's a firm clay. Okay, guys, now I want to roll out white. And my white, where is my white? Actually, let's do a cream. We'll do a cream color. That will be pretty. And that'll give us a nice, smooth top, too, because it's firm. Okay, so the one I'm going to do for the top is Glitz and Glue Firm in the cream. Hi, Jolene. How are you? Thank you for coming on tonight. I'm so glad that you caught me live late. You know, I usually didn't go on this late, you guys. It's just, I like to craft at night, but it's hard for me to, well, it's not ever easy to come on live. I have to time it and, you know, different things. I have family to take care of, a baby and a son and a husband and other children. But, you know, I'm learning to just go live when I can and not stress out about it. And I do like crafting at night, like I just said. So it'll be fun. We'll see. I will eventually find my rut that I want to be in. And then that will be when I, you know, am the most productive on here and stuff. And I'm still just figuring it out. But I'm glad you're all here with me for a late night. You have clay. Oh, gosh, Helen. You know what, Helen? Get it out and just feel it in your hands. If nothing else, just feel it in your hands. You will love the feel of clay in your hands. I'm not kidding. Anyone that works with clay will tell you it is amazing. It helps your hands. If you have any kind of arthritis or anything in your hands too, it really does help. I don't know how. Maybe it just makes us work certain muscles and stuff. I don't know. But it is very, very, very nice. I enjoy it. When you get little air bubbles, make sure you take those out, okay? You don't want to have an air bubble in your design because it'll just give you issues down the road. And I don't believe that this little splat is going to be quite big enough. It's not. So I'm going to make, how am I going to do this? Let me think. I have a bigger splat, but it's too big. I have a splat that's this size, and I have a splat that's too big. Maybe I'll just do my own splat. You know? I'll do it with the X-Acto knife. That always works too, right? Have any of you been buying these cute little pins and X-Acto knives? This one came from Rosie. Isn't that cute? The little reindeer. I was so glad to get it. And it's a good one. It does cut nice. I like it. Okay, so to make my own splat, can you see? I'm just going to go around. Hopefully do it the right way, right? That X-Acto knife is really nice for doing the splat cuts. Some of the other ones that I've tried, I had one that I had from my scrapbooking, and oh my gosh, that thing was so dull. I don't think it would have ever really cut anything if I needed it to. Okay, so there's my splat, kind of. And I'm going to, yeah, that's the right size. So now I'm just going to kind of go over it with my rolling pin. Make sure my little edges are the way I want them. And then when I put it on here, I'm going to drag some of this clay down with my thumb and make these little points that I've cut in here a little bit longer. Make it look like a drip. Hold on. What issues, Maureen, in your done projects down the road, if I may ask? What issues in my done projects? What do you mean? Like as far as it drying out and things like that? Cracking? Is that what you're asking? Are you asking about different clays that might crack and stuff? I don't know for sure what you're asking. You know, it depends on the clay that you're using. Not all clay is the same. It's not. So you need to make sure that you get a good clay. Some people prefer soft clay. Some people prefer firm clay. If you get the soft clay, it's easier to work with as far as, hold on. It's easier to work with as far as stretching it out and stuff. And all clay will puff up and some of your little marks and stuff will come out of it. Firm clay is better for that. Let me get this on here. And then, I don't know if that's what you're asking. Oh, you're asking about the bubble. Yeah, if you get an air bubble, you just want to make sure that you get it out because that air bubble, it's not going to go away, and if it pops and stuff, then you're going to have a hole or an indent in your clay. You know, just like if you had an air bubble in anything, it's just going to cause you issues. So you just want to make sure that you bring those out. Work with the palms of your hands, not your fingertips, or you'll leave fingertips in your clay, or fingerprints. So I'm just going around here and dragging this down. So let me work on this for just a second and I'll show it to you guys. there's all kinds of things. And if you're just starting, I would watch video, join the people that do their things online. I have joined The Secret Recipe with Crystal and 3 other coaches, and I've learned so much information in there. It's worth every dime and dollar, absolutely. And there's a lot of things that you can learn from the other people that do this all the time. So I would just start watching videos of people and just getting knit into it and just really watching people. Okay, there is my drip on my cake. Not a real good drip, but it'll work. All right. So there's that. And then the next thing that I want to do now is I'm going to cover this heart. She was asking about the bubble. Jolynn, the clay that I bought from Reese of Joy in the very beginning was good clay. And then it got old on me. I didn't use it fast enough. And so I don't know if it was clay from the manufacturer that was the problem, or if it was me not using that clay up fast enough. But I don't buy Reese of Joy clay right now. And the reason is because I didn't have good success with it. And I have found other clay that worked. It was a better quality of clay. And so I get my clay now from Glitz and Glue, from Mariposa's Creations, from Ribbon Branch Crafts, from Crafty Amy Girl, from Angie Land Boutique has clay, and there's multiple other places that have clay that I mean, maybe someone's trying the Reese of Joy clay recently. I have not, because I just didn't have good success with it. So if you get clay that isn't good, don't throw it away. You can use your clay like this right here. This was old clay that I used. Probably it was Reese of Joy clay that I had let. When I bought my clay, I bought 49 bags of clay, you guys, and did not know how to use it. I just thought, well, this is neat, and I bought a lot of clay, and then I was scared to use it, so I wasn't using it fast enough, and it sat for a couple of years. So that's my experience with Reese of Joy clay. It was great clay when I first started using it, but my clay got old on me, and it had nothing to do with them. I just didn't use it fast enough. So that's my personal experience with it. That's all I can tell you about it. But now my other clays that I have bought, I get a discount from being in the Secret Recipe, and I just like the firm clay. I think it's a good clay. So, and I do think the Reese of Joy clay was a soft clay. Yes. Yeah. I believe so. Thank you, Jolynn. Thanks, Madukes. Angie Land has great clay. She just switched. Oh, and Debbie's Bright Ideas. I have clay from her too. Thank you, Ramona. Yes, I love Debbie's Bright Ideas clay also. Yeah, and that's where I get all of my clay now. And, those are the people that I'm crafting with and doing clay with. And so as I see them doing things and I hear of their specials and their experiences, and they're telling me different things of how to use their brands, so that's where I'm at. I don't think there's anyone at Reese of Joy right now that is using clay, because they don't use clay. Cole did it when we had Shelby and Andrea on there. At first, Cole was doing some things, but I don't know. Maybe, someday I can go on there and be part of the team that does clay with you guys at Reese of Joy. I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see what happens. In the meantime, don't throw your clay away. If you're finding that it's older or something, don't throw it away. You can use it for, like I said, make it into shapes, let it dry out, and then you can use it. I'll be using these tonight for the heads of my bees. So you just kind of repurpose it, and it works. Okay, let's get started with our little heart shape right here. This will be red. So let me get some red clay. As a matter of fact, this clay right here is Debbie's Bright Ideas. This is her red. some people have now, and that's another thing about clay, is that it's changing, it's progressing, it's getting better. And a lot of these businesses that are clay businesses, they are working with manufacturers, and it's getting better. The clay is getting better. And you hear the OGs of the clay world saying that when they first started out, all they had was magic, model magic and things like that. And they'll tell you that it was horrible. And back then, a lot of them used spackle. And the reason is because the clay was not good clay. They weren't able to use good clay and do the things that they wanted. So this whole arena of fake baking is changing. It's growing, it's increasing, it's getting better all the time. So you just have to, get in there with some different groups that are learning and trying to make it better for all of us. And they're the ones that you want to shop with. That's my opinion anyway. Amy showed a trick for hard clay. Yeah, I saw that. I've never done that. I don't know. But yes, if your clay is too hard, Crafty Amy girl, she says to add a little bit of Vaseline. How much is a little bit? How much is too much? I don't know. If it's not the consistency that I want it to be, I just turn it into a shape and let it dry, and then I just go for a different bag. I'm not going to be adding stuff. But I have a lot of clay. I have a lot of clay that I don't need to add to it and stuff. So you could certainly try that. I've never done that. So I don't know how it works. But if Amy says it works for her, she had a good deal today on clay. I think some of them were $4 a bag or something. And she was saying this clay is a little hard, so just add a little Vaseline to it. All right, guys, I'm rolling this red clay out because I'm going to be covering that heart front and back. I might need more clay. I do. I forgot that I was doing something bigger. You're welcome. Hi, Renee. How are you? Thank you for coming in such a late night. It's so nice to have all of you here. That's another thing when you're rolling out your clay. It's better to have too much than not enough rolled out, and then trying to stretch it and stuff, and you'll pull on it and make it have stretch marks. You don't want to do that either. But you want to work fast enough and get it back in the bag if you're not using it. Otherwise, it'll develop that skin, they call it. It gets like a skin on it, and it'll start drying out on you. So you don't want to work too slow with it. Oh gosh, he was he working the clay? Yeah. Hi Crystal. My son he liked air dry clay too. It will start drying out on you, and then once it does that, it'll get those little bumps in it. If you've ever worked with clay and you didn't use it fast enough, it'll develop almost like a cottage cheese look in there, and then it's not good to use on your projects. Not when it gets like that. And that's when you just repurpose it and roll it into a shape. And like Tanya with Ribbon Branch Crafts teaches, it's anybody can do this, and just look at your things and look at everything as a shape. Everything is a shape. Is how she teaches it. You just went live. Oh, good, Renee. I didn't know that you did lives. I'll have to go check it out. How did it go for you? Did you enjoy it? Yeah, I didn't know that you did lives. Do you go under your name, Renee, or do you have a business page? Nice, Angel. I'll bet he has a lot of fun with that. Crystal, what are you up to tonight? If you can join a group to learn the tips and tricks, that would be wise if you're able to do that. especially if you want this to be a business or if you want to sell your goods, then you want to learn and gain as much knowledge as you can, you guys. All right, that's all stretched out. We'll do just a little bit more. Simply Designs by Renee. Okay, I'll go give you a follow, Renee, and watch your video tonight before I head to bed for the evening and see how you made your ice cream. I bought an ice cream maker. We need to make real ice cream. We've been wanting to do that for a long time. I forgot all about it. My son reminded me. Mom, remember that ice cream maker? I felt terrible. I said, oh yeah, the ice cream maker. Okay, to do this, guys, I'm going to... I gotta think about this for a minute, you guys. I want to make sure I do this the right way. I think I'm going to... I'm going to try and go fold it over this way and cut the excess clay off. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I want it to be smooth on the tops and the bottoms. And I'm not going to use glue just for this part of it, okay? So let me get that X-Acto knife back out. There are so many lives and stuff, you guys. It's crazy. And it's really increased just recently. I think a lot of us are, it's the new year, and a lot of us are trying to do new things and have our new goals and all that, right? So a lot of us are trying new things, which is good. It's good to try new things. All right, I'm bringing this all the way down. You guys are probably looking at it and saying, what in the world is she doing? Well, she's trying something new. Don't mind me. I'm just trying something new here, guys. That's how you learn, right? You try new things. Cutting off the excess clay. Bringing it around. Still have too much clay over here. Too much clay is just as bad as not enough, if not worse sometimes, you guys. Sorry, I get real quiet when I'm concentrating. I'll be back to visiting in a minute, but right now I'm going to concentrate on what the heck I'm doing here, guys. How many of you have made a heart shape? Or covered a heart styrofoam shape? So far, so good. Okay, Barbara, good night. Oh, I didn't even know you were here, Barbara. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Oh, it is late for you. Well, you have a blessed night. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I'll be back on tomorrow, so hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Have a sweet night. Good night. Sometimes when I'm working over here, I forget to look at the camera. And people can sneak in on you, and then you don't even know that they were there.
Are you done?
No, honey, I'm not done.
For a second, I thought you were done.
No, I wasn't saying good night to everybody, just to one lady that was going to go to bed, honey.
Sorry, Mom.
You don't have to be sorry.
I didn't know.
It's all right. I like to take my rolling pin, you guys, and put it in the center here where that dip is in the heart shape. And it just kind of helps you define where your dip is in there. Just kind of rock it back and forth. And I will be blinging this heart up a little bit. So, and as the clay dries, it will tighten up and it'll go down close to that styrofoam. So I'm not worried about not putting glue on there. It's the clay is all the way around and attached, and it'll work good. Okay, so there's my heart. All right, and it's all the way around. And now we're going to take that heart. That is my son that I'm talking to, Janet. Yes, he's in the front room. My husband is right here downstairs. And Crimson just went home with his mom just a little bit ago. All right, so now I'm going to attach this heart back here to where it looks like the background. It's going to be the backdrop of where my little bees are going to sit on top of this cake. So I want to make sure that I have that positioned right so that I know where to put those bees. I'm going to put a little dent there so I know where to put a toothpick. And I think I'm probably going to wait and put that heart. I'm going to let it get a little bit of dryness to it here. I'm just going to set it off to the side for a few minutes, you guys. And we'll work on these bees. That's another thing with clay. Take your time and don't rush and feel like you have to always get everything done on the live. You don't. You can take your time and let your things dry. You should let your clay dry before you do shading on it. You should let your clay dry before you try to attach your head to a character. Otherwise, it'll start falling over from the weight. So just take your time and let things dry a little bit before you move forward, okay? So that's going to be set to the side. The cake will be set to the side. And now we're going to work on our little bees. Let's get our red clay put back. How many of you have children still at home? We have 7 children, 1 at home. And then the baby. I have the baby each day for the most part of the day and into the early evening. My daughter works 2 jobs right now. And so she's a busy girl. All right, guys, I want to look at these. I'm going to turn this into the body for my bee. And this will be the head. You can imagine that, all right? So I want to make this egg a little bit shorter. So I need to cut it. This is loud. I apologize for the loudness of this thing. I could use my hot knife, but I don't want to do that either. I got to check this out, you guys, and size it up and kind of get an idea in my head. That is the only bad thing about me crafting on here, is that when you're crafting, I'm sure all of you do this, you kind of toss your ideas around, right? And that's how I craft anyway. I go with whatever I'm doing, and I change my mind sometimes and do something different. And that's called crafting, right? Okay, so there is the end cut off of the egg, all right? And then that will sit flat on my cake. Okay, so there's his little body. That's going to work out good. Now I got to do the other one the same way. Remember, I could have done these things ahead of time, but then that doesn't help anybody that's watching me do it. So it's better to come on here and do it with you guys. All right, and there's the other one cut. They cut very easily. I bought these eggs on clearance last year when Hobby Lobby had all of their eggs. I think it was 90% off. So be a smart shopper, you guys. When you can buy things, if you shop off season, you're able to stock up and buy things at a cheaper price that you're going to end up paying full price for when you need it. So just stay ahead of the game a little bit. right now we just got off of Christmas time. And so when Hobby Lobby, I didn't go, I'm stocked up good enough as it is right now. But when Hobby Lobby had their clearance stuff, you know, if people needed it, they would go and try to get those good deals and save it and use it for different things. You have your daughter and her 2 little grands with you. Awesome. Or your 2 little grands. That is nice, Angel. Nice, Ramona. So you have people with you too. Oh, good night, Renee. Have a good night. I will go and give your page a peek and see you making that ice cream. Thank you for stopping in. We'll talk to you later. Yeah, we've been in this house now for 32, almost 33 years. All right. Now we're going to get out some yellow. Let me think. Did I do yellow or black? I think I do black and yellow stripes. Vernon,
What?
do you remember on my bees if I did yellow with black stripes or black with yellow stripes?
Don't remember.
Let me think a minute, you guys. Yellow. I'm going to cover both of these pieces in yellow, and then I'll show you how to make a bee face with black. And you're welcome, Renee. And then I'll show you how to do your stripes. Bees are easy, you guys. Like I just showed you, you just cut your styrofoam. So now I need to get yellow clay. So let me look over here. I should have had my yellow out already. It's just right here, though. You can only fit so much clay on the table at one time. This clay is from Mariposa's Creations. And it is a firm, soft clay. I like her clay. It's nice. And you'll see me using all kinds of different clays, you guys. I shop where it's on sale and where I know that I'm going to get a good clay. All right. Always condition your clay, right? Have you covered a styrofoam pumpkin? Yes, I have. I have covered a styrofoam pumpkin. I did that. If you look on my page, Crystal, you'll see pages, or you'll see pictures where I had different pumpkins done, and a couple of those pumpkins were done with the styrofoam pumpkin from the Dollar Tree. They sure were. The past November. Oh, wow. So you've been in your house the same time as me, Ramona. Isn't it nice? They're going to be big bees, yes. They're going to be 2 big bees sitting on that cake. That's why I cut those bottoms down a little bit so that they wouldn't be, you know, as big as... they're going to be big. They are. They're going to be 2 little bees sitting on the cake. Hopefully it'll all work out, guys. Time will tell. They're going to be big, though. So now I'm just rolling out my yellow clay. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue, tacky glue, on my styrofoam. Okay, Ramona, that's a lot like me. I was pregnant with Hannah when we moved into this house. And she just turned 32. We rented for a year, and then we bought it. Our house is all ours now. Now we just have to pay the tax man. And that'll never end. We'll always pay the taxes. That's all right. Praise God, we have our own home. We love our home. We do, we do. Okay, I want to make sure I don't have any glue on my hands, you guys, before I touch that clay. All right, this one I'm going to go over it like this. And just work it down, down, and down. Just keep going around it. Using the palm of my hands, not touching it with my fingertips. You have 5 or 6 of what, Crystal? I forget now what we were talking about. You guys, I'm sorry. I'll be talking and thinking ahead and planning this. So what do you have 5 or 6 of? I apologize. Maybe styrofoam? I don't know. Okay, so there's that. Can you see how it's covered like this? All right. And then you just flip it over. And then you cut off that excess clay. If you have any clay that has glue on it or styrofoam, don't put it back in your bag because it will be icky for your next project when you go to use your clay. So if it's not good clay, just get rid of it. Okay, and I'm going to take this and bring it up. Unless you're using it right away. I think I could probably maybe use this, maybe in this project here. We'll see. I'll check it after I get it all smoothed out. Cut off your excess clay. Hi, Deborah. How are you? Thank you so much for coming. It's so late. How thick is the clay? It depends on the thickness that you want it for. I don't know how to tell you how thick this was. This was maybe almost half an inch thick, not quite half an inch. Okay, and see when I go like this, you guys, I can feel the glue from that. So I'm not going to use that. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to turn it into a ball, let that dry, and then I'll use that like I did these things, okay? Okay, so let's get this little guy off to the side here. And all nice and smooth. Remember, the clay will puff up, so a lot of your little imperfections will puff out of it. Okay, now I'm going to do his little face. I'm just going to do 1B right now and then move on to the next one. I'm not going to try and roll 2 of them at the same time. I'm going to use this head. Here's something else, you guys. This ball that I have here, can you see those little indents in there? Because it wasn't a real smooth thing. So what I'm going to do before I add that good clay, I'm going to take this clay that I just used that had a little bit of glue on it that I didn't want it to have any glue showing or anything like that. I'm going to wrap that around this part of this where it's uneven and stuff, and just let it go into those little cracks. And that'll just give me a smoother ball to work with when I put on this clay here. You have to work fast because this clay will start drying on you. So let me show you what I did. I used up the little bit of glue or clay that I cut off, right? And now I just smoothed this ball out now. Now it doesn't have real deep indentations. It's got one little one right there, but not like it did. It had creases in it. So now it's ready to go. And you don't have to add glue because it's old clay. And you do this ball just like you did that other one. You start at the top and just keep going around and moving your hands down around it until you get underneath. You're going like this, all right? You just keep moving your hands around that ball all around and pushing that clay. Not hard, very gently, just pushing it under there, and it'll move for you to where you get it like that, okay? And then you cut off the excess just like I did before. bring it up and over and smooth it out. And I'm not going to cut this off because I want that extra. I cut it to where there wasn't a lot of extra on there this time. I'm going to take this that's been sitting out for a little bit. I'm going to show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. When you go like this, can you see the texture on that clay? I don't know if you, can you see that at all, guys? That's what I'm talking about, where if you don't use it fast enough, it will start to get these little bumps in that, all right? And then you won't get a smooth surface on your project. So I am no longer going to use that piece that I took out. I'm going to roll it into a ball, and I'm going to set it aside. And then it'll be there for something different. Here's the ball here. Here is the thing here. So now we need to, I'm not going to attach those two just yet. But this is what he will look like, all right? This is going to be our little bee. But now we're going to take our black clay and we're going to add stripes to him. And this is more firm clay from Glitz and Glue. I really like Glitz and Glue's firm clay. Some people have a hard time with it if it's too hard for their hands. Hi, Tony. Oh, good night. Thank you, Tony. It is late. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? Oh, it's only 10 o'clock here. Good night. Thank you. I'm sorry I'm on so late, you guys. Don't feel like you have to stay here. And I could end the live and do this off. You know, I can get off of here. But for those that want to stay, I don't want to end it because then they won't be able to watch the replay. So I'll stay on here. I'm going to at least finish one little bee. And then, you know, those who can stay can stay. But good night, Tony. Thank you so much for joining me. You might roll it too thin, Crystal. Yeah, don't roll it too thin. And like if you're doing a cookie, you want to have some thickness there. Otherwise, your clay will it'll turn up on you. It'll start to bend and warp and all kinds of stuff. So you'll learn. I guess that's the best thing I can tell you is that you will learn from practice. Like Crystal tells us all the time, practice makes progress. And that is the best saying in the world, you guys. Nothing is perfect. We were told when we were little, practice makes perfect. Nothing's perfect. Only Jesus is perfect, okay? So practice makes progress. We just need to progress and get better at it and have fun with it. Don't make it something that you can't have fun with. Then you don't want to enjoy it. Okay, so to do this part, I'm rolling out some some long strips. It is going to be a little bit thinner than the yellow. All right, so I just kind of rolled that like that. And it is a little thinner than what I did my yellow. And then I'm going to take my cutter and I'm going to make some straight lines. I need it to be just a little bit longer. I want to make sure that these stripes will go all the way around my bee's body. I think that'll do it right there. Nope, that wasn't big enough, you guys. So I need to do this differently. Midnight on the East Coast, we are good. Oh my gosh. I'll have y'all turning into a bunch of pumpkins instead of bees. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock here. Azrael, you might want to turn that down just a little bit, honey. Can you guys hear the TV in the other room? I would be in trouble with Facebook. I didn't care if I got in trouble in my younger days, you guys, but I don't like to get in trouble now. Nobody wants to get in trouble, right? Not really. Okay, I rolled that out. Azrael, I'm live. I rolled that out much longer, you guys. And I'm going to put probably 3 little strips on him. I know it's 10 o'clock, buddy. I'm going to be on live still. Azrael, let me work, honey. What?
People gotta sleep.
People gotta sleep. People will be fine, Azrael. It's okay. All right, guys. Now I'm going to take this cutter and I line it up on my mat here to get my straight lines and to see where I'm cutting at, okay? These cutters are good. This is an important tool to have. It doesn't have to be the gold one from Glitz and Glue. There are other places. Some people use the one from the Dollar Tree. I am very thankful for the one I have from Glitz and Glue. Okay, so there's one stripe, and I'm just going to cut 3 of these. And I'm cutting them at 1/2 inch. It doesn't have to be exact, you guys. And one more. All right. There's my 3 little stripes. So now I'm going to put this back in here before it dries out. He is a very sweet boy. Ramona, he worries about everything. He does. That's just part of who he is. He is a little worrier. Okay, guys. I'm going to take my stripes. I'm going to start in the middle. All right? So you want to figure out where your front is. Okay, I want this to be my front, so I'm going to take this right here. And I have at times made these little stripes thinner than what I'm doing right now, but that's okay. You just go around, okay, and then when you get to the end, you just clip it off and join them together. Okay, and then I'm going to take the bottom one. Actually, I'll do the top one here. And then I did those the opposite, darn it. I put one stripe in the front and one stripe in the back where it started and ended. That's okay. It'll puff out. So this is the front, not the back. Darn it. Pay close attention, you guys. Y'all are fired. You're supposed to tell me, Maureen, you have them backwards. Okay, and this one's going to go down here. Just want to kind of give them a little push, nothing big, just to make sure that the 2 clays stick to each other. All right, and then there is my little bee body, okay? And then we'll put his little head on there. But first, before I put his little head on here, I want to cut out a heart shape. This is how I make my bee face, you guys. I get a little heart cookie cutter. You guys all hanging in there? All right. Roll out some black for the heart shape. I'm eyeing up which cookie cutter I want to use. This one is too small. This one is the right size, okay? I think this is a 2-inch cookie cutter maybe. Are you guys good about cleaning up your cookie cutters? I'm not. I just never think about it. All right. So we're going to get a little bee or a little heart shape. Put that out. I'm looking to where I want the front of his little face to be, okay? And I'm thinking I want him right here. Okay, so I'm just going to take that black clay and attach it to the yellow. And I am going to take my hand and kind of go like this, okay? And push that clay down on there and just kind of move it out a little bit. I'm thinking I should have done his little head. I don't know. I'll have to go and look how I did my other bees. I've got everything put away from before. Okay, I'm going to take a tool and give him a little open mouth before he gets too dry here. I'm going to give him a little nose. Yeah, I think his head should have been black and the heart should have been yellow, you guys. I can't tell yet. Okay, there's what I have so far. His little mouth and his nose. All right, and now I'm going to pick him out some eyes. And put this back. Hi, Kathleen. Hello. How are you? We have all the way from Hawaii with us tonight, you guys. How are you? What time is it there, Kathleen? Oh, hello. Welcome back, Janet. Thank you for coming back. Deborah. His little face is going to be cute. I got to get some eyes, guys. Hold on. He is cute. I'm just hoping I'm thinking I did his colors the wrong way. But that's all right. I'm going to give him green eyes so that they kind of pop out a little bit, okay? I sure like that I have my eyes all fixed in here. It makes it a lot easier to do my work. Yeah, I'm going to give him or her green eyes. We'll have a little green-eyed bee. How's that sound, guys? Okay, there's his little eyes. Okay. Your bird must be sleeping. I think he is. He's right there. No, he's eating his millet. I could tap or something, or if somebody came to the door, Lord forbid, he'd start tweeting. Or if my husband comes upstairs to go anywhere or anything like that, if anyone goes to the door, it's like he has to tell us that someone's coming or going. He's kind of funny. He's a funny bird. He sure is. All right, now I'm going to do the little eyes, and I just want to kind of get an idea of where they're going on here. I'll just give it a little dot of glue. I'm learning not to overdo my super glue, you guys. When I first started doing clay, a lot of my characters, you can see they got like watery eyes, and it's the super glue. I was putting too much on and it would squeeze out around my project, and you don't need that much. It's going to be cute. It is a big bee. I could probably only do one bee, but that's not my plan. So I'm going to stick with my plan and do both the little bees together. They just might take up the whole cake. Okay, and then I'm going to take my, need something smaller. Hold on, guys. Don't let me forget to show you those tools that I got from Pam, Mrs. P. They're so nice. What a blessing. And you know, when you have other people come and do work with you, it's nice to have an extra set of tools, right? Okay, I will be putting eyelashes on this little bee, so I'm not going to put the lines that I sometimes put, the little indentation lines, because I don't need them. Okay, here's his little face. Let me see if I can get it to where you can see it. Okay, there's his little face. Isn't that cute? So that's how you can make a bee's face, is just put, I do have them longer on one side, darn it. Maybe he's looking at something. I don't know, guys. All right, let me get a toothpick and get him put in to his body, all right? Let me get his body put into the cake. Let's see if this heart is ready. The heart is stuck to my table. All right, let's put our heart on, and then we'll know where to place the bee. Thanks, Crystal. Thank you, everyone, for being here so late at night. All right, let's bring our cake over. And we'll make this the front. This is the back of the cake. This is the front. And I'm going to use a dowel, not a dowel rod, a kebab instead of just a toothpick, because I want to give that extra insurance in there on it. Make sure that it has something strong. Thanks, Deborah. I'm going to buy me a new bottle of super glue again, you guys, because I always glue my lids on. Remember that about me? It's terrible. And where I had sized that cake up before, I don't think that it was the back of the cake. I want to make sure this is at the back of the cake where the seam on the pink goes. Okay, so that's down in there now. And then put a little more liquid fusion. I don't know what's more expensive, liquid fusion or super glue. They're both very spendy. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick this heart down on here. Okay. I'll be careful while that dries real quick. So here's our cake with the heart on the back of it, all right? And then our little bee is going to sit, there's going to be two of them, remember? We're going to have one bee right here and the other bee sitting over here, okay? So now I'm going to attach one bee on here. It is working out cute. And then as it all dries up and stuff, I'll go back in and bling everything up. I love to bling. I got to get something to drink. Hold on. I'm drinking an energy drink at 10 o'clock at night. How silly is that? Hi, Angel. Hi, Sandy. Thank you for coming on, you guys. We're working on a Valentine bead design. That's what I'm working on. A little cake. A little cake. All right, so now I'm going to use a little bit more of this stick that I'm using. And I'm going to give that bee a little extra insurance. That color is one of my favorites, Ramona. That is fuchsia. It is very pretty. I like it. I'm going to put my bee closer to the edge. I'm going to make his little legs hanging down over the cake, okay? Okay. There's his little body on there. And now we're going to do his head. Because there's so much styrofoam in here, you guys, it's all right for me to attach the heads right now. They're not going to go anywhere. It's styrofoam. If that was solid clay, you would not want to be attaching that head to that bee right now. There's no way. I probably should wait even, you know, a little bit longer, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I think it'll be just fine because it is styrofoam and old clay. There's a lot of structure underneath that clay. I need to remember to put that glue back in the holder, huh? Okay, guys, stick this on here, on the bee. Sometimes with the styrofoam that I'm using, those styrofoam eggs, instead of pushing straight down, you want to twist your toothpicks or your dowel rods or whatever it is that you're using. I'm using a shish kebab stick, and twist it instead of pushing, because sometimes that styrofoam, I don't know why, but it's like it pushes back on you. Hi, Helen. Oh, thank you, Helen. I think I already said hi to you. I don't know for sure, but thank you. It is smooth. Kathleen, that's the firm clay. It gives you a very smooth finish. It really does. It's nice clay. That's why some people prefer the firm over the soft clay, because when that firm clay dries, it gives you a very smooth finish. Very smooth. And that's what you want for your characters. The big characters that we do, you want it to be smooth. They are big. I could have used the other heart. I had a bigger heart, and I could have got away with the other heart, but that's okay. I'm all right with what I'm doing here. Okay, here he is so far, all right? There's just one little bee on one side of that cake. They're going to fill it all up, because the other bee will be right next to this bee. But I'm going to put his little legs now hanging down over the side. He's just chilling with his girlfriend. So I will make him two little legs. Actually, I'm going to wait on that, you guys. I'm going to wait on the legs until I get both of them on there, because I don't want to position him, and then if I need to move him a little bit, I can. But if I put his legs on there and attach it to the cake, then I can't move him. So I'm going to wait on his legs in case I have to move his body a little bit to match this other bee. So now let's get started on the next bee. You guys up to this? Azrael, you doing good? Vern, you doing good? All right, buddy. I'm going to go do the next bee, okay? So now we're going to get out our yellow clay again. And we're going to do the same thing that we did. Hi, Quincy. How are you? I think I heard other people calling you Q. Is that right? Do you go by Quincy or Q? Thanks, Crystal. How are you?
Love you.
I love you. What are you doing?
Taking off.
Are you taking off? Okay. My husband, he's limping so bad. He hurt his foot. Him and Azrael were taking out the garbage together, and my husband misstepped or something. We don't know what he did, but he hurt his leg. He sprained his ankle, he just said. That was a while ago. And of course, he won't go to the doctor. Right?
Natives don't go to the doctor. Unless
Natives don't go to the doctor, he said. My
Unless they're
husband's
dying.
Native American. You want to come over here and say hi?
No.
No?
Hi. How's it going?
Vernon. Quit. Oh my gosh. Go away. Vernon, bye.
Love you.
You're real funny. Them husbands, you guys. Yeah, Angel, he did. He hurt his ankle. He did a number on it, that's for sure. And there's nothing they'll do for a sprained ankle. He's right. But I wanted him to get checked to make sure it wasn't something, you know, something different.
Working on it for like 3 weeks.
They're saying hi to you.
Hello.
I am okay, thanks. Either, okay. Angel, you've never met him? Really? He was at church with us. I thought you met him. Maybe he, I don't know. He was at church with us. Hello, sir, they're saying. Good evening, hubby.
Hello.
He's a good hubby. He puts up with all my shopping, you guys, for my crafting. That's okay, because I put up with all his shopping too. We make a good team. We're good shoppers together. Okay, guys, here we go with bee number 2. Let me scoot this cake back a little bit so you can see what the heck I'm doing. We're running out of room here. Hold on. We'll move the black and the yellow clay over there for a minute. Stay there. I need my cutter. All right. Now can you see? Nope, you still can't see, can you? Now can you see right here? Good, guys? All right. Well, now the bee is in your way. I don't know where to move it. If I didn't have 50 billion projects on my table in front of me, there would be no problem, you guys. There. Now you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now we're going to put glue, tacky glue, on here. Happy wife, happy life, they said, Vernon.
Yes. I have a very blessed life because I have a very blessed life.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Love you.
Dad, can you get my portable back?
Where is it?
He has a very blessed life. He wanted lots of babies. My husband was a foster child, and so he wanted his own family. And that's what we have, our own family. Nothing better than your own family in this world, guys.
Oh, why is it open?
All right, I'm going to put this down. Probably didn't need to use clay, or glue, I mean. All right, once again, we're taking our hand and going like this, okay, all around that egg. Our little styrofoam shape. He is a good man, Kathleen. He sure is. Hold on, guys. I got glue on my table. Hold on. You don't want that. You want the glue to be where you want the glue to be, not everywhere, right? Okay. Back around we go. Be safe. Our city is crazy, you guys. All right, there's that. He's going to help his friend. They've been friends since high school, junior high, I think. They've been friends a long, long, long time. And my friend that I have, she lives in Idaho now, but her and I have been friends since we were 15 years old. It's good to have good friendships. And then another friend that I have, she is my friend. I met her when my firstborn was just a tiny baby, I think. So I've had my couple of friends that I've had over the years for a very long time. And if you have one or two good friends, you're doing good, right? I have lots of acquaintances, lots of people that I know. Angel is my friend. She's on here. Her and I grew up in the same hometown and then re-met each other. I didn't know her. She's younger than I am. I'm old, huh, Angel? But yeah, we went to church together, and then our church, our pastor retired, and so the church sold to a different, kind of a different denomination and everything, I think. I don't know. Ezra was in the children's ministry, you guys, and he's big boy. And he was always in the children's ministry, and then it just it got harder, and so we just started coming home, and we do church at home now. All right, there's the B for the bottom part, and I'm going to put this one over here in case it had any glue on it. I'm going to take this ball that I made from old clay. I'm going to wrap yellow clay around it for its head. You haven't met him? Is that what you're saying, Angel? I don't know what you're saying no to. Has everyone got all their Christmas stuff put away yet? I haven't even started, you guys. I'm hoping this weekend I can get that done. We'll see. Time will tell. I'm not going to add glue to this because the new clay should stick just fine to this older clay. And it's going to go all the way around it, so it should not be an issue. Is Kathleen leaving? Did you... Oh, I am old, Angel. I'm getting there, darn it. Oh my gosh. That's all right. Did anyone on here see Marissa tonight? I love her. Oh my gosh, she is a hoot and a half. I don't know what we would do without Marissa. She makes me laugh so hard. I just love her. And then last night, Christina, we were all laughing on her page. It's good to laugh, you guys. We all need to laugh. Laughter is good medicine. You know, Helen, I don't have a whole lot of friends that are around me here. I'm very homebound with my son. By choice. I mean, it doesn't have to be that way. But it is easier for the both of us. And that's just the way it is. And that's how it is. So, but even when we were out and about and all over the place, even when I was in church and very, very involved at our church, I still didn't have a whole lot of close friends. People are busy. I think people are busy. I have a lot of friends. Don't get me wrong. I have friends, but I have friends, and then I have friends that have been my closest friends that we've gone through life experiences with. You know, Lisa, I left home when I was 16, and I stayed with her and her family. And then my friend Jackie, she was with me when I gave birth to my first daughter, because at that time my husband still wasn't ready to go in. It was the third child that he was in the room with, but my friend was with me when I had my first daughter, my second child. So I guess that's what I'm saying. You have friends, and then you have those that you have your life experiences with. And that just takes you to a whole different level of friendship, right? People on here, we're friends, but we don't have those experiences together. Our experiences are on here, and it's wonderful. It's good. We're all friends here. So come in and have fun, and let's laugh together. And you won't laugh as much on mine as you do with Marissa. Now, if Marissa was in here, we'd probably be laughing. She's a sweet, sweet person. I just love her. Her stories that she tells. She's funny. She's a funny girl. Okay, now we're going to do some black. More lines, guys, and get our lines on here. I'm wishing I would have made the black lines on that bee thinner. And you'll see as you go along, and you'll look at something and you'll think, gosh, I wish I would have done this different or that different. And that's okay. That's all part of the experience of crafting and making your stuff. You stayed home too, Helen? Yeah. It's just us here. We do a lot here, and my adult children come over here and hang out and things like that. Kathleen, I haven't even started. Oh gosh, I'm not good at destashing, you guys. I'm good at buying destash, but I'm not good at destashing, where I get rid of stuff. I don't know why, but that's just how I am. Okay, I can see on this table I had a little bit of glue. So on this side of my clay, see that glue right there? So I'm going to make sure that that is on the inside of my stripes. I'm supposed to be doing stripes. What am I doing? I guess I'll do the face. Well, no, I need to do my stripes. That's what I need to be doing. I need to be paying attention to what I'm rolling out and what I'm making next. Right, guys? Okay. And this clay is starting to get a little bit, where it's got a skin on it. So I'm going to have to work fast. The lighting in my home is awful, you guys. I have more ring lights. I just haven't figured out where to put them and all of that good stuff. And then I'll have better lighting for all of us when I'm live. In the meantime, I have what I have. I'm just going to eye up the stripes this time instead of measuring it all. No two stripes are the same. How many of you like decorating with bees? I love decorating with bees. I don't like bees. I like honeybees. I just don't like the hornets. I think hornets are terrible. All right. I am going to, real quick, you guys, while this clay is still a little workable, I'm going to roll out for my heart. All right. So I'm going to lay this clay up here for just a quick second. It'll be fine. And I'm going to roll this out and get my heart for the face. And then that's done, and I don't have to worry about it. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Helen, I'm glad that you're able to come on here. I'm home a lot and alone, but I don't feel alone because I'm never really alone. I have the boys. I always have Azra with me, always. And I have Crimson with me for the most part. He goes home at night to sleep with his mommy and have time with her, and then he's back the next day if she goes to work. I won't have him tomorrow. She's off tomorrow. All right, guys, I want to put this face on here real quick before it dries on me. So I'm just going to work on her little face. This is going to be the girl, I think. I'll probably put a little bow on the girl and a little necktie, not necktie, but a little bow tie on him and a little hair bow on her. Something. There'll be something different. Azriel, honey, come here for a sec, please. Can you go turn the TV off downstairs?
I need my cord.
Okay, is it downstairs?
Yes.
Okay, and will you turn off the TV right away, honey? I can hear it. Thank you, baby. Just go shut it down. Be real quiet. All right, guys, I'm poking the little mouth.
Well, I can be down here for a few minutes.
It's all right. And then you can, but you have to turn it down real low. And then I'm going to roll another nose and get out another set of eyes. I just want to get this little face done before that clay dries. And I'm going to try a trick, you guys. I'm going to take this wipe that I have, and I'm going to lay it over the top of these stripes so that they don't dry out. Just to keep them a little bit damp while I work on this face real quick. And that's another little trick that you can do there. And that'll just help those not dry out so fast. I'm going to grab some eyes. And I think I'm going to do her eyes blue. Give her different color eyes. We'll see here. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to do her eyes blue. She's going to have big hearts in her eyes. I don't know how many couples have the same color eyes. I know my husband and I don't. I have blue eyes and he has brown. Our girls have green eyes and our boys all have dark brown eyes like their daddy. Okay, get my glue. How are we all doing? I think a lot of us are on here and we're probably quiet and at home a lot, and that's why we're crafters and we're on here with each other. And what a blessing that we have each other on here, right? Okay, so I got her little eyes marked where I want them to go. How many of you use a precision bottle for your super glue? I kept wanting to get them and kept forgetting, and then I finally bought them when Marcella had them on sale again. And now I got them. And I do like them. They do help. Okay, there's one little eye. It up wrong. Okay, here's my other little eye. Okay, and take my little tool, the smaller one. I probably already put it back. I wish I was as good about putting everything back as I am with some things when I'm working out here. Don't leave your eyes just sitting on top of the clay, guys. Push them down in a little bit so that they look more natural. Our eyes aren't just sitting on top of our face. So if you push them down in, you'll get a little bit more distinction on your face. Okay, so there's our little girl's face. All right. And now here's her body. And I'm going to put her black stripes on real quick. And then we'll get her put up on that cake. you know, we're almost done, you guys. I mean, kind of. I have so much more to do on this cake, but I mean, for the most part, I'm getting the basics of where I want everything to be at. That part I am getting done. Okay, with the stripes, again, start in the middle stripe. That way you know where to balance the other things out. Hold on, I gotta find where my front is. Okay, there's the front. You just bring it around. You do, Helen? That's nice. You paint and you crochet. So it's important to stay busy. Nice, Crystal and Ramona. Oh, good night, Angel. Love you. I will talk to you later, sweetheart. Thank you for stopping in with me. Thank you, you guys, for all being so kind to each other on here. All right, one last stripe. Well, so tonight I'm combining, you guys. I'm combining my 30-minute craft and my long one. So I'm doing them both together. What time is it? 10:44. So yeah, that's all right. I'll get it done. I'm going to sit here and craft anyway. So guys, don't feel like you have to stay here. It is so late. If it's too late for some of you, it's 10:45 here for me. So it's not super late. It's Friday night. So please don't feel like you have to stay here if you're tired. Go get a good night's rest and then watch the rest on the replay, okay? There's no problem with that at all. I'm going to finish it because I want it to be completed on the video for those that come and watch the replay, okay? All right, so now my little bees are done. There's bee number 2. All right, she got blue eyes. So now I'm going to get her up on the cake like I did the little guy one. Don't need that. Move some of these things out of my way, right? Okay, let's bring our cake back over and see where we want to put the little girl at. I think I want her right there, maybe. And I want her leaning over to him. So she's going to be a little bit different. They're not going to be sitting up. She's going to be leaning over, having her little head kind of laying on the boy bee. Kathleen, are you ahead or behind me? What time is it there right now? Helen, I stay up late too. And then I'm up early. But tomorrow morning, I do not have to be up super duper early, you guys, because Hannah's off work. All right. I have to think for a minute before I start placing anything anywhere to be sure I get everything in the right spot, you guys. You're 4 or 5 hours ahead or behind. It's 10:47 p.m. here in Montana. So, Kathleen, what time is it in Hawaii? My grandbabies and their mom lived in Hawaii when their stepdad was in the service there. And I remember, especially when we did our time change, it was so hard because we just had different hours. It was way different. 3 hours earlier than me. Oh, it is super early for you there. Wow. Yeah, I remembered it was early for her. early or late. I couldn't remember. It was either early for her or early for me. I couldn't remember which, but I do remember it. And I remember mailing packages to Hawaii. That was expensive. It was worth every dime, but it was expensive to mail stuff over, to Hawaii from stateside, they called it, right? Okay, I'm going to put this little kebab down in my cake. Hold on, guys. I really got to figure this one out before I just take off doing it. Let me get a little head here. Well, I'm not going to put her head. I was thinking about putting her little head on him, but I think it'll be too funny. So we'll do something different. We'll put her off to the side, just like him. All right, so I've just put that toothpick down inside there. Move it so you guys can see it. Kind of see it, because I need to be able to look on it. And then I'll put a little more glue on the top of it. In Alabama, 11:45. So you're an hour ahead of me. And how's the weather for everybody? Someone was saying earlier today on somebody's thing, I think it was, where was I at? I was on something and somebody was getting storms, tornadoes or something. I thought, ay. Let me see. I really want her head to be... Oh, I wish I would have thought of this for his head too. Okay, I am putting their little heads together because I think that is stinking cute. Okay, so one more little stick here. We call it the mainland. I'll bet it is. Oh my gosh, Helen, we didn't get any snow. So Kathleen's over in Hawaii where it's beautiful and lots of flowers, I'm sure. I'm over here dry as could be in Montana, which is crazy. I would not mind one bit if it snowed, you guys, because we need it so badly. We really do. Okay, I'm sticking her little stick. At an angle, because I want her head to tilt. Okay. When I get their arms and legs and antennas on here, they're going to be really cute. I think. Okay, I'm actually going to take a little bit of glue and glue their heads together. So now I got to hold it, as Debbie says. Because I want those heads to stay together. That's cute. I'm excited to show you guys. Hold on. And then we'll get their antennae and arms and legs on there. It'll be cute. I do kind of wish I would have made the bigger heart, but that's okay. All right, guys, here they are with their little heads together. And they're just kind of hanging out. They're funky looking. That's okay. They're cute. They are turning out cute. All right. I like them. In Colorado. Colorado's beautiful from what I hear. I've never been to Colorado. I don't go anywhere. Northern Utah. Isn't it crazy, Tracy, how we have no snow hardly? Oh my gosh. Montana. Oops. Where'd that go? Oh gosh. In the movies, huh? Reminds you of the ranch lands in the movies? Now I gotta get my things back up there. Okay, there we go. They are cute. Yes, I like them. Okay, now I gotta sit here for a minute, you guys, and think about... This is the hard part for me, you guys. Like, some crafters get on there and they just... I don't know how they do it. They move fast. They're able to just do their thing. And I like to take my time and I like to look at my characters and I like to look at my project and get the vision for it in my heart and then bring it out onto the project. We all need the snow, Tracy. We absolutely need the snow. This summer, if we don't have the snow, the water will not be a good thing. Thank you, Ramona. Thank you. Okay, now let's do our arms and we'll start with our little legs. So let's start with, let's see. I do think, though, that I should have made the bees black, you guys, with yellow stripes. I do. But that's all right. It melted already, Lorraine? And Lorraine, welcome. Come on in. Thank you for being here with us. You must have been sitting there quietly watching. Either that or I didn't see you come in. So thank you for being here. We need the snow really bad, you guys. We all do. We absolutely do. Okay, I'm going to work on my little legs, guys. I don't want to keep y'all here till midnight, although it might be midnight. We'll see. I'm trying to not keep you on here for that long. I don't think I've ever stayed on and crafted this long before. It's kind of fun. We need the snow everywhere. Well, not in the parts that don't normally have snow. Okay, that's going to be 2 legs. 2 arms. And 2 arms. Okay. There's 1 leg. I usually put their little legs around the back and stuff, so hold up, guys. I'm thinking their little legs probably should have went underneath them, but it's kind of late for that now. Okay, here's this little guy. He's just kind of sitting, kicked back with this girl. Got his little legs crossed. All right. Okay. And then her, I gotta do her legs. To Colorado. We all need the moisture. Well, the ones that are on here. Some people don't need any moisture. They've been inundated with it. It's weird. It's like the places that normally don't. Where did I see? Someone said it snowed in Reno, Nevada. Is that normal, you guys? I don't know. I'm not in Nevada. I wouldn't think that it would be normal, but what do I know? I'm kind of doing the same thing with her, only making her legs cross the opposite direction of his. Okay, so here's our two bees with their legs crossed. All right, they're just kind of sitting, hanging out together with their little legs crossed, staring at the moon, watching the tide roll in, something. They're up to something. Hi, Ronnie! What are you doing up so late at night? It is so late at night. Yeah. Did you see what I'm making? I'm making a cake with little bees on it. Thank you. I'm surprised you're still up. It's really late in PA. I missed most of your wreath tonight with the cow. I don't even know where I was at. I think I was taking care of Crimson. I don't remember what was going on. But I missed it. I didn't know that you were on there. You know, when I do my lives, you guys, I forget to turn my phone back on, because I turn it off for the lives. And then I'll think a couple days later, gosh, why isn't I'm not getting any notifications. No one's calling me or anything. And then I realize, oh my gosh, my phone has been off for days. Okay, I got to think about my little arms here for a minute, you guys. So hold on, because I definitely want them to be holding hands. My glue is starting to get dry on me, darn it. I'm going to get new black clay, you guys. This clay here is starting to get, it's not sticking to the other clay for me. Yeah, it's starting to get a skin on it and get bumpy. So we'll get some new clay. You couldn't fall asleep? Well, the Lord must have wanted you to come on here and hang out with all of us people, Ronnie. Here we are. I'm glad you're here with me. I don't know how long you'll be able to stay, but I'm almost done, actually. I'm not blinging this cake up with you guys on live. I just want to get their little arms on, and then we're done, actually. So hold on. Everybody just hold on, and we'll finish them up, okay? So we'll cut that in half, cut that in half. That'll be his arms. And there's her little arms. All right. Let's do their little arms up. his and his arm. Did you have a good day, Ronnie? I had a good day. I didn't get to go live at all. I was just busy. I didn't have Crimson yesterday, and so whenever I don't have him for one day and he comes, whoa, that scared me. This popped open, you guys. It scared the crap out of me just now. When I don't have him for one day, you know, he gets kind of, I don't know. He just wants me to, you know, play with him and just be buddy-buddy, and there's nothing wrong with that. So Grandma just kind of hangs out with Crimson. Okay, so here's their little arms that are closest to each other, and they're holding hands. All right, they got their little legs crossed over on each end. All right, and now we're going to put one more little arm on, and I got to think how I want these little arms to go. Let me look at this a minute, guys. Oh, and their antenna. They need those too. Okay, that little arm on him is going to go that way, and her little arm's going to go over here. And I think I might attach something to each of their arms that are on the outside, have something hanging in here. We'll see. That won't be tonight, you guys. That'll be something that I do off camera after everything is dry. Azrael's being really good. Azrael, thank you so much, baby. You're being so good while Mom works late. Okay. Okay, and then their little antenna. All right, guys, here they are. They're holding hands, and they're each... So I'm thinking that I can put something from here over to here, and something that can say Happy Valentine's Day or something. Aren't they cute? I'm glad it turned out as good as it did, you guys. And you guys were so good about hanging out with me for so long. But anyway, there's our little bee cake that we did late night. So I'm counting this as me fulfilling my challenge for both challenges. I have to go live for 30 days, and today was day 9, and we did that. And I was on here for 2 hours, so that counts as my 30 minutes. We went over on it, right? Thanks, Ronnie. Thank you, Crystal. Yeah, a letter. I have all kinds of things, you guys, but I will let them dry a little bit, and then I'll come back on. It is getting late. I don't want to keep you all on here forever. And I will add antennae to their little, you know, I'll make little curly things. But I don't have my wire up here, and what I'll use is black pipe cleaners for that, and I didn't bring those up here. They're downstairs in the craft room, so I'm going to wait on those. Thank you, everyone. I'm so happy that you all came on here so late at night. And Ronnie, are you still on here? I don't know. How many of you saw the puppy hearts that I did? And then I also finished blinging up the hearts for our little mini cheesecakes. Did you guys see those? I finished blinging them up. Let me show you those, and then I'll let you go. So here's the little mini cheesecakes. They're all blinged up. I still need to decide. Oh, good, Ronnie. I want to show you my projects. So this is the velvet box that I got from Ronnie at Risa Joy. And you guys can buy one if you'd like to do this. You could put, you know, faux chocolates in there or whatever. And then I just did this with it, and they're all blinged up differently. Still don't know what I'm going to do for the foam, the floral foam that's in the back there, that black part. I'm going to do something with it, but that's finished. And then another project that I did that I don't think Ronnie got to see. I don't know. Let me show her real quick. And everybody else that's on here if you haven't seen it. So this was the little puppy thing that I did. This was done on Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, this was my project on Wednesday. That was cute. I thought of you, Ronnie, when I was doing this. I was thinking of all kinds of people that love dogs. Isn't that cute? Yeah, it's cute. Little bones on the hearts. See little bones. And this ribbon is from Wreaths of Joy. So, yeah, that was a fun project. I had a lot of fun with that. And I told you guys I would show you my tools that I won from Mrs. P because it is such an amazing gift. So let me grab that and then I'll let you guys go. So the other day I was with Mrs. P on her live and she was given a giveaway. And thanks, Ronnie. And look at what all I got in this thing, you guys. This is so kind and nice. So I got a nice leather and nice black tool, what are these called? A tool pouch. And then it came with a sponge. And these tools here, I do have a lot of these tools that I bought from Wreaths of Joy. Ronnie, do you still have the tools? I don't know if you do or not. These tools were in the thing from Mrs. P. Probably can't see it with the glare on it, you guys. Anyway, a pouch of tools. And then some silicone tip tools. Package of those. A package of these tools. All for forming our clay and cutting it and making shapes. A package of these little black tools. 4 tools in there. And then these 4 ball tools. These are really nice for making indents in your clay, mouths, and we use these for all kinds of stuff. All different little sizes on there. And then this last one that was in here are these little dot tools. They had a little tiny end on them. But isn't that a nice giveaway? I was so happy. I thought that was very sweet of her. She was doing that to say thank you to everyone, you know, when she wasn't feeling good and everyone was praying for her and supporting her. And she was so happy to be able to be out of the hospital and be back that she was just randomly picking someone off the live and it just happened to land on my name. So I was really happy and I forgot. And then when it came today, I just could not believe how much stuff was in there, how many tools. So it was a nice gift. But I'm going to let you guys all go. It's late at night. Thank you so, so much for all the support you guys give me, for all the love, for sharing out or sprinkling out my page, and for just being here and hanging out with me and being good to me. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. So have a good night, you guys. I'll see you all again tomorrow because tomorrow I will be doing 2 separate lives, okay? Isn't it nice, Ronnie? I love you, Ronnie. I love all of you. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.